it's Zach again at NewToTorah.com. I wanted to do a quick video because I get comments on my channel and sometimes I want to respond to them. Someone just commented and said, hey, listen, Zach, I mean, have you ever read the Gospels? That's all Jesus ever did was go off on people who tried to put people under a burden or a yoke, and who tried to and was condemning people for finding their righteousness through the law. Actually, that's not true. That's not true at all. If you go back through the Gospels and you read the accounts of Jesus, Yeshua, his Hebrew name, Yeshua, you will find that every single time he was ranting and railing on the Pharisees, he was ranting and railing on the Pharisees for keeping man's law, their traditions and doctrines of man. Traditions, and say it with me, traditions and doctrines of man. Man's law. Today, that's called the Talmud. The Talmud was formed about 300 years or so after the time of our Messiah, and it was put in written form, also called the Mishnah. I'd say also, and the Mishnah. But understand that when, like for instance, Mark 7. In Mark 7, he's ranting and railing on the Pharisees who are talking about eating bread, mind you, and with unwashed hands. There's no instruction in the Torah to wash your hands before you eat bread. There's nothing of the sorts in Torah. That was a man-made law. And Jesus, our Messiah, says so in Mark 7, verse 7. He says, you put aside the commandments of God for what? The traditions and doctrines of man. So I'm not trying to put people under a burden or a yoke that they can only find righteousness through the law. The Pharisees believed you could only find righteousness through their law, the man-made law, not God's commandments. There's a difference. The traditions and doctrines of man versus the commandments of God. Which one are you following? Go home, read your Bible. Thanks.